What if I told you the most productive member of your team this year won't be a human, and it'll cost you less than your cell phone bill?
Attention business owners, entrepreneurs, and organizations. Are you looking to take your online presence to the next level? Look no further. For a limited time, Terry Wilson 3 is offering free high-end business websites to the first few lucky listeners who respond to this offer. These are not your average run-of-the-mill websites. Our websites are designed with SEO in mind, ensuring that your business stands out from the competition and generates leads like never before. Plus, each website comes equipped with an e-commerce shopping cart solution, making it easier than ever to sell your products online. But wait, there's more. For a nominal fee, you can add an AI chatbot to your website, providing your customers with instant support and increasing engagement. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Visit terrywilson3.com/hosting now to claim your free website while supplies last. Act fast, as this offer won't be around forever. Transform your business and start generating leads today with a high-end website from Terry Wilson 3. That's terrywilson3.com/hosting.
In this episode of the TW3 Podcast, Terry pulls back the curtain on the latest evolutions of AI, GPT-5, and how entrepreneurs and small business owners are using it to work smarter, scale faster, and make more money with less stress. You'll discover 5 productivity hacks that will turn ChatGPT into your 24/7 business partner, cranking out proposals, creating content, streamlining your systems, and even doing your client research for you. If you've ever wished you had more hours in the day, this is the episode you can't afford to miss. Episode 651 starts right now.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com. TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
Before we jump into the hacks that I want to share with you today about ChatGPT-5, let's talk about why ChatGPT-5 is it really is such a big deal. There's not a much ado about nothing. It is really a big deal for entrepreneurs and small business owners out there. And you probably heard a lot about it and read a lot about it. If you've been around for a while, you know we've had ChatGPT-3, GPT-4, and even some turbo versions. Each one got a little bit smarter, a little bit faster, and a little bit better at understanding what we wanted. But GPT-5, this is a whole new ballgame, folks. Here's why. Better context and understanding. GPT-5 can remember and follow longer, more complex conversations without losing track. That means you can work on a big project over multiple sessions without constantly repeating yourself. And let me tell you, that is huge, 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 especially for me. And things, that was always just a frustration, constantly having to go back and repeat yourself and sort of re-up or tee up the prompt again to get it back on track of where we're going. It's smarter reasoning. It's not just predicting the next word anymore. It's actually better at problem solving, strategy, and breaking down complex decisions, exactly the kind of thinking you need when you're running a business. And it's also a multimodal compatibility. So what that means is it can handle text, images, and even more advanced data inputs. So you're not just talking to it, you're collaborating with it in a multiple format platform. I've already used this function, and I'm telling you, I have been able to take a screenshot of something, send it in. I've been able to upload a spreadsheet. I've been able to upload text, pictures, and what it will do to be able to spit back out information I need is just absolutely amazing. It's also much faster and way more accurate. You know, GPT-5 responds quicker and with fewer hallucinations, which means you spend less time double checking and more time taking and talking action. And finally, it's personalization that sticks. It's better at remembering your preferences, your style, and your business context. It's like having an assistant that gets smarter the more and more you work with it. So I've already seen how it's already remembered my links. When I say, hey, book an appointment, it already knows my calendar link. When I say I want to follow up with a particular context of another model I'm in or vertical I'm in, it already remembers that and uploads the right text and the right hyperlinks for me. Absolutely amazing. In other words, GPT-5 isn't just a chatbot, it's a strategic business partner that works 24/7, scales with you, and helps you make faster, better decisions. And today, I'm going to show you about 5 specific ways you can use it to boost your productivity, make more money, and reclaim your time when we get back right after this.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com, the home of TW3.
Man, that dude is crazy.
Attention business owners, for a very limited time, we are offering to list your business on over 50 top business directories, completely free. This is a $500 value at no cost to you, but only for a short time. We guarantee you will see an increase in inbound calls, website traffic, and search visibility within just days. Don't miss this opportunity to get your business found fast. Call now to claim your free listing before this offer expires. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Call us now at 864-507-9696. That's 864-507-9696.
So here are 5 productivity hacks for entrepreneurs and small business owners. Number 1, AI email and proposal factory. Holy cow. You know, the GPT-2, 3, and 4 were great, but 5 is just, it's amazing. The AI email proposal factory is basically this. Use GPT-5 to instantly write emails, proposals, and follow-up messages tailored to the client's industry, pain points, and the tone that you're wanting to adapt. I mean, it is just absolutely amazing how it's remembering how I speak, my attitude toward things, the tone that I use in my writing, how I like to show up in the world. I want to come across as Terry Wilson, not some sort of robot, not some sort of, real, just robotic, stiff, no personality. I've got a little bit of sarcasm. I've got a little bit of that Southern, whatever you want to call it, like it, lump it, whatever. But, I want to be who I want to be. So as I am constantly editing inside the system and say, no, I want to say it like this. I want to sound like this. I want to, clean up my language as far as the way I spell, my grammar and all that. But I want it to come from me. And the more and more I'm using it to create and help me create my proposals and how I like to format it and how I like to use it in my particular industry and the industries that I typically work with, the more and more I'm doing that, it's taking what would have normally taken me at least an hour to put together for a full proposal, I literally can spit out in 5 minutes now. It's absolutely amazing, because once I've worked with it for a while, maybe to send out this proposal, maybe I'm doing a website, web design, maybe I'm doing a marketing job for someone, maybe I'm doing some coaching for someone, maybe I'm proposing a CRM back office system for whatever the context may be, and maybe I'm talking to a church over here or a school over here or a business over here or an individual over here. It's remembering those different industry types, product types that I offer, and my personality. And it's just this amalgamation of constantly remembering that, to the point where now when I say, hey, I want to quote a CRM to a church that's going to do this, and I need it to do this, and I want to make these warranties, and then I want to make these caveats and blah, blah, blah. Boom, 3 minutes, spits it right out. I love it. It's better than any assistant I could ever have. So using GPT-5 to be able to set up proposals, set up emails, is just absolutely amazing. And then you marry that with some tools like Zapier and a CRM like the TW3 CRM. All of a sudden, I can automate some of this as well. So now when people come into my chatbot, they're asking for something, I can have Zapier fire out with a pre-made prompt that's going into my GPT-5, and then it's spitting it right back out in an email to me, and I'm looking at it and say, yep, I like that, go. And it takes off. I mean, it is just like productivity with rocket fuel behind it. So excuse me, I just hit my microphone. So that is a great business hack that you can use. Number 2, idea to content machine. Idea to content machine. As a content creator, you're going to have things that inspire you. You're going to have things that catch your eye. You're going to have things that you like to talk about or blog about or create graphics about, or social media posts about, or TikToks, whatever it is your thing, you like to do it. That's what sets you on fire. But having GPT-5 to bounce things off of and say, hey, from the perspective of fill in the blank, what would content like this that I'm trying to create, how would I better approach that to communicate to that particular, vertical or audience or attitude or whatever the case may be. Absolutely amazing. So turn one idea into multiple pieces of content. So now that I have the context of this content and I can say, okay, here, then all of a sudden I said, here's what I want to do. Turn this into a blog, turn this into social media posts, turn this into an email campaign, turn this into talking points for my podcast. So I can just read out the particular, the creativity is coming from me. The ideas are coming from me, but I'm using GPT-5 as sort of a way to bounce these things off of and sort of craft and see, there's a perspective I didn't think about, and it inspires other ideas. It is just absolutely amazing. And the speed of this thing and the remembrance of this thing compared to other versions is just absolutely, absolutely awesome. So use it as an idea to content machine. Because here's the thing. I'm really good at like broad strokes, big pictures. Here's the 5 things I want to talk about. Like in this podcast here, I gave it 5 things I want to talk about. But hey, put this into a social media post that would entice people to come back and listen to this podcast, or send this out in an email, create me an email to advertise this particular podcast. And I don't get slowed down with the minutia of, text and things. I'm not great with that. Never have been. I mean, we've got a character in our business. We've called her Miss Spelling Bee for years. Why? Because she's always giving me a hard time about my syntax, my spelling, and everything else. And it's just because I don't want to take the time. It's just, a shortcoming on my part. I want to talk. I want to speak. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have to take the time and dictate. Well, this machine, this software, this technology has now allowed me to stay big picture and then fill in the small details. And then all I have to do is go improve and make sure it's saying it and it's learning my tone. I'm feeding it my books and stuff that I write, and it's always picking up. So it's just like this perfect assistant for me. So now, and I don't have to worry about anything. And because I've got it on my phone now, I can dictate right into my phone. And you want to talk about talk to text technology. You remember the Dragon software back in the day, like in the 90s and the early 2000s, where you would get these headsets and then you would talk into your PC or whatever, and it would try its best to dictate out. You want to talk about taking this to a whole nother level. I mean, this podcast right here, the audio of this podcast, I can feed it back into GPT-5, turn it into a book if I want, turn it into an ebook, turn it into a blog, turn it into whatever. It's in my words, my language, everything. And then where I'm speaking in half sentences or grammatically incorrect, or the syntax isn't exactly correct, I can then with a prompt go in and say, clean this up if you want. It's just absolutely, for content creators and people that are needing things for ideas to help sharpen their ideas, make it a little more poignant, or understand the perspective of other people so that you can speak to that particular perspective. It is a huge, huge win. Number 3, the client research shortcut. Holy cow. Have ChatGPT-5 research a prospect, summarize key talking points, and suggest rapport building conversation starters. I'm going to let you in on a little bit of inside baseball. This right here is worth the price of admission on this podcast. So for those who have ears, let them hear. Some of you, this is just going to go by just as one more piece of information. That's fine. But you want to talk about landing some high ticket clients that you want to work with and have the budget to pay you what you're worth. Those clients that you just love working with because they value what you offer and they have the resources to pay you what you're worth. That's the client you want. How do you get those clients? By understanding how to approach them, by understanding how to communicate with them, by understanding how to present your value, by understanding how to follow up with them in a proper mode and way and tempo. All of those things, you're sort of playing it by ear. You're off the cuff when you're just doing it yourself. However, if I have this little tool that can go in and do a little bit of background research, comb the internet, comb the social media profiles of a particular individual, any blog post they've ever been on, any books they've ever written, any podcast they've ever been on. And then I can have a system put together, their personality profile, their attitudes towards certain things, their feelings, their worldview on certain topics. And then I can match that with, based on what I do, based on the values that I present, based on what I'm good at, how could I bring this person the most value? And I have a roadmap to immediately speak to pain points that a particular client that I would want to work with has that I would not have known otherwise. Now, for those who have ears, let them hear, because that right there, that part of ChatGPT-5 and using it that way, if done correctly, is absolutely, for me, a salesperson, a coach, a consultant that wants to work with high income earning people, that wants to work with high productive type people, that wants to work with people that want to go to the next level. It's a game changer. Absolute game changer. Number 4, it's a 24/7 brainstorming partner with putting ChatGPT out on my phone and be able to speak right into it whenever I need to get some. It is a brainstorming partner. Use GPT-5 to workshop business ideas, product names, marketing hooks, or new service packages. For example, you're launching a coaching program but can't decide on a name. GPT-5 generates 20 names ideas with taglines, then refines them based on your feedback until you've got a winner. That sounds like a $10,000 branding agency, but it's happening in just mere moments. Absolutely. I'm a creative person. You're a creative person. If you're a business, you're an entrepreneur. By nature, you're creative. But how cool is it to be able to just have something that you can bounce ideas off, gives you a response to the ideas you get, and then this dance that you're doing all of a sudden is whittling down and refining down to just absolute pure gold. What I have been able to create in a more concise and a more pithy and a more direct to what the point I'm trying to make is, it is just absolutely amazing. What used to take me maybe weeks of just whittling on an idea, getting real-time response with other people, now I can get literally in minutes. Absolutely amazing. Number 5, and finally, it's a system builder. Since TW3's inception in 2008, we are at the heart of everything we do, a systems provider. We provide systems, sales systems, marketing systems, teaching systems that will first find you leads, then qualify those leads, and then help you close those leads, and then fulfill the products, goods, and services you need to those leads to turn them into lifelong superfans. We are systems. We use software, we use techniques, we use support, we use all kinds of different things, but we're a systems company at the end of the day. This thing right here has saved me. GPT-5 already has saved me thousands of dollars by saying, here's I've got WordPress as the platform over here. I've got this CRM over here. I've got this tool over here, and I want them all to do and produce this. Give me a way of bringing this in a standard operating procedure to bring all these workflows together, to bring this onboarding process together, to do all of this. And it is boom. It gives me step by step everything I need. It writes code for me. I'm not a coder. It tells me, if you're not a coder, don't even understand anything about software, here's a way of doing it without having to use any code or anything. It is just mind-blowing, where I would have had to pay developers, I would have had to pay coders, I would have had to pay and sometimes coaches, just because I don't know how to articulate exactly what I want. So sometimes it's just a matter of a language barrier, not knowing how to say, hey, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. With this, it can say, hey, you could do this, would you want to do this? And it's giving me ideas of what's possible, because I don't know what's possible, because I don't understand how some of the systems, the software, the platforms would actually work. That's the power of using GPT-5. So there you have it. 5 ways GPT-5 can take the busy work off your plate, help you move faster, and let you focus on what really matters, which is growing your business and making more money. The truth is, tools like GPT-5 are only as powerful as the strategy behind them. And that's where I want to come in and help you. At TW3, we've spent the last 17 years helping entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and small business owners not just use the latest tools, but actually turn them into real income streams. So if you're ready to see exactly how GPT-5 can fit within your business, streamline your operations, and even open up new revenue opportunities, let's talk. Go to terrywilson3.com/calendar right now and let's book a time to talk, because these tools are only as good as how they are used, and how you can use them exactly in your business to increase your efficiencies, to improve your incomes, and to just make life easier is based on how you're going to use them. I'll show you the same systems and trainings our clients use to earn anywhere from a few $1,000s a month to a 6-figure income a year. So don't wait. Calendars, I typically am booked up starting Monday through Tuesday. It gets booked up. So if you want the earlier part of the week, you need to jump on it now. But get on there, terrywilson3.com. It'll show you my availabilities. Let's have a conversation about how you can use GPT-5 for free right now, because GPT-5 is free, and how I can help you integrate it within your systems and your strategies and your softwares that you're currently using, and how you can, and even show you some new revenue models that you might not have even thought was possible. Absolutely thought was possible. It's absolutely incredible. Let me tell you one other thing when we get back right after this.
You are listening to TerryWilson3.com, the home of TW3, the platform to start, scale, and support your business. Running a business is tough. Your to-do list never ends, and the phone keeps ringing. What if you could focus on your daily operations without worrying about missed calls? At TW3, we've got you covered with our 24/7 call answering service, starting at just $25 per month. Here's how it works. When your phone rings, our team answers every call, takes the caller's name, number, email, and reason for calling. We can even handle basic customer support, answering frequently asked questions about your business, or book appointments for you right on the spot. But it doesn't stop there. We'll immediately send you a text or email with all the details so you can follow up at your convenience if needed. Our service also filters out spam calls, giving you more time to focus on what really matters, growing your business. And here's the best part. With 24/7 availability, your customers get the help they need anytime, day or night, leaving a lasting impression of professionalism and care. Don't let missed calls slow you down. Call us at 864-507-9696 to schedule a quick demo and see how our award-winning service can work for you. Your time is valuable. Let us help you protect it.
So if you're still cold calling or pestering your friends and family online, then please stop. Why, you ask? Well, because you don't have to anymore, you dope. My friends at TerryWilson3.com have over 200 million leads. That's right. Over 220 million leads that are saying, please, mister, please sell me something. So the next time you need leads, have Terry's team get you a list of leads that actually want and could afford your products or service. Go to terrywilson3.com/lead list now and get over 1,000 leads for less than $70. That is crazy. Over 1,000 leads for under $70, but you have to act. Go to terrywilson3.com/lead list and get a list of leads that actually would want to buy your shake product.
Here's your host, Terry Wilson.
So we've been talking about GPT-5. We've been talking about how you can integrate it in your business, and that's all great. Before I get off here, I have never, ever on this show used it to talk about, well, maybe I have. It's been a long time. I was about to say that's not true because I remember back in the day. But here's the deal. TW3 is growing, and we need agents working from home right now to help us because we've got more clients that need our products, goods, and services than we can actually handle ourselves. And so if you are looking for a legitimate work from home job that has hourly opportunities, that has commission-based opportunities, that has all different types of opportunities that you can work around it in your schedule, that it's legit pays well. We're not selling you anything. This is not me trying to sell you something. We're looking for agents that are motivated. Then give us a call. We'd love to have an interview with you. Just go to TerryWilson3.com. Tell the chatbot you would like to talk about our job opportunities. A link will be sent to you. You can apply for it, and we will interview you. But if you are someone that's either looking for a side hustle or you're looking for something full-time and you would like a great job, great opportunity to make great income and work with a great organization that's legit, been around forever, then we'd love to talk to you and have you. Just go to TerryWilson3.com/application or go to TerryWilson3.com and just ask the chatbot and it'll take you that link as well. But that's what I wanted to tell you before we got off of here, because we integrate GPT-5 and all of these tools with some of our other systems. We coach clients, so we would be teaching you and training you exactly on the latest, greatest in technology so you can help others. Plus, you get to use it for yourself in your own business. So, and it's the perfect opportunity if you already have a business, if you're already into something. Well, here's the great thing. You get free coaching on how to use these tools for your own business. Plus, you have it so that you can help others with it, because that's what we're looking for right now. Anyway, it's great to have you back. Sorry, it took a minute to get this podcast out. It's been exploding. So my ability to create content has really waned and slowed down a bit because of all the new business that we're bringing on and the support I need to do for that business. But thank you for giving me the patience. And this is episode 651. If you like this, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. If you would like me to talk about something else, or you've got questions about business or something else that would help you, let me know. We would love to see what you're going through, what you're working on, and how our podcast and our content can help you grow in your business. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Are you leading on instinct or insight? Introducing Ascend 360, the exclusive leadership assessment tool used by top business owners, pastors, managers, and entrepreneurs to grow their impact and lead with clarity. Ascend 360 combines the power of personality profiling, communication analysis, and goal-oriented behavior into one easy-to-understand report that shows you exactly how to lead better, faster, and smarter. If you're ready to improve team performance, boost your leadership confidence, and unlock your next level, start today free of charge at TerryWilson3.com/leadership. That's TerryWilson3.com/leadership. Ascend 360. Clarity that leads. Leadership that lasts.
Become an elite TW3 member today and gain access to our mastermind group.
The way you get into things is, for someone like me, it's great to be around.
Terry, you have made a huge impact in my life. I'm so grateful that God has brought you into my life.
You're the genuine article. You live what you talk about.
Right now, Terry, I am so inspired after listening to you for the last 25, 30 minutes. You got me so jazzed up.
I'm still blown away by your story, because with that, you just bring so much experience.
When I think of Terry Wilson, I think about the comeback kid.
Well, I think today is just demoed exactly the brilliance that you share.
I truly believe the only way to go to the next level is to grow to the next level.
Take your personal growth to the next level by joining the TW3 Mastermind Group today.
This story comes from Chapter 9, entitled Sometimes People Get Stuck.
Sometimes in life, people get stuck at times, caught up in situations they can't quite see their way out of it. I remember one day after school when I walked into such a moment myself. As I stepped off the school bus, I heard this loud banging noise as soon as I walked through the front door of the house. And it was coming from a room somewhere just beyond the kitchen. Curious, I made my way toward the sound. When I got to the kitchen, I found my mom and grandfather standing there, shaking their heads in frustration. My grandfather was sipping on his coffee, and neither one of them looked too thrilled with whatever was happening in the other room. So naturally, I asked him, what's all that noise? Without even looking up, my grandfather just pointed toward the restroom off the kitchen and said, "You'll have to go see for yourself." So I walked over to the restroom, opened the door, and there it was. Inside was this gentleman my mom had hired to move our old metal bathtub. But here's the thing. He was standing inside the tub while trying to lift it out. And his wife, bless her heart, was there too, standing on the side, cheering him on. "You almost got it," she kept yelling. I could barely keep from laughing. I quickly stepped back and shut the door before they could see me. I went right back to my grandfather, still shaking in my head in disbelief. "Why don't you tell him that won't work?" I asked. "He's literally standing in the bathtub while trying to lift it." And my grandfather, without even looking up from his coffee, just grinned a little and said, "Oh boy, we've been trying to tell him, but he won't listen." I couldn't believe it. Then why is he still trying? So I asked. My grandfather took a slow sip of his coffee, looked up at me with that familiar half smile and said, "Because, son, he's stuck on stupid.
Hey, we all can get stuck sometimes and do things that later we feel stupid about. This story comes from Chapter 9 entitled Sometimes People Get Stuck. Get unstuck today. Go to yourworthmorebook.com and get a free sample copy of You Are Worth More.